Uh, Hello everyone. Hi. Hello everyone. My name is Arun Girdhar and I'm here to present my topic Runtime Logs for Debugging. I had been with QA InfoTech since last 2 years, and in past 2 years I had the experience to work as a developer, as an automation tester, as well as a performance tester. So now when I say that I have been working as a performance tester, this is what we do. Can you see that? We test that application for thousands of users. The actual users for whom the application is made. The application shows its true colors when it has the exact load for which it's being used. So when we test for those thousands of users, we come across hundreds of new errors which were not found by a manual engineer in normal applications. So this is what we feel like when we have to answer those 100 questions. Yes, this is the case because you have 100 questions coming up from developers, from stakeholders, and we are the ones we have to reply them all as to why is this happening. So the logs, the errors we get are not the simple errors that the application is not working or this page failed to load. The errors we get in the form of graphs for those 1,000 users. An example is this. The errors here are mainly response code 500, 503. The spike here, it says 503, while down here, these errors in the brown section, they says response code is 500. So what does response means? That there is some issue in the application, and from those lakhs of transactions, we have to find out these 50 errors. It's like finding a needle in a haystack, and really that's the case. And we have to do it before our users experience that. So we have come to debugging. We have to debug as to exactly what happened there. And we need to know about from the server, what the server says. We ask from the server and the server says this. Due to an unknown reason. The server even doesn't know as to why this happened. So in our analysis, what can we say? Even if the server is not giving us the exact detail, we say something happened and we observed an error. Now this something raises a lot of questions in everybody's mind. From the developers who have made the application, the something is not what they should be hearing. They need details as to find out what exactly was happening there. So this is what happens to a tester when we are bombarded with such a lot of questions. So the questions asked to us are not exactly those as in the clipping. The questions asked to us are, which test account was that which led to the failure? Which server node was it pointing to? What's the connection speed? It might be our internet that went down, not the application. The application call that led to a failure, because nowadays the applications are more of integrated environment and we need to know exactly which call led to a failure and what time was it, so that we can pull out the exact logs from the server. So we have to answer these questions. And the solution I came across is runtime logging. I designed a framework, a comprehensive framework within JMeter so that we can capture all these logs at a runtime when the application is under the load, not before the load, not after the load. Exactly what's happening at that moment. So now I'm going to discuss about that framework only. That framework is implemented with the help of a bean shell listener. This entity here, this component of the JMeter, if enabled after the scripts, listens to each and everything that's happening to those thousands of users for the entire duration of the test. Might be 4 hours, 6 hours, or any log we want. So you might be wondering if this entity is listening to all those lakhs of transactions that the user is doing on the application. It must be creating a lot of logs. It's logging each and everything the user is doing. It has the entire record of the user from the starting to the end. So if we'll have to dig into this, we'll have to come across a lot of applications, a lot of files. and this would be the scenario. And now, after so much analysis and working with several projects, I came across some various parameters which I included in my framework, which can help us to analyze and to answer those questions. So, those parameters are thread name. Thread name is for JMeter what's the actual user which led to the failure, the specific call, that is the call leading the failure, account registration details, that is the how the test account was made, timestamp, that is the exact time in seconds, in milliseconds even, as to when it failed, response code, how the server reacted on that failure, user details, as to what was happening inside the application for that user. So, this is how I written the code to customize this bean shell and provide us reports in a way that's friendly for us and helps answer those questions. I'm going to show them the XLS file that is created with the help of this framework. This is the file. We have the thread name, actually the which user failed. That was this is the actual file which I ran for a test of 2,000 users on an application. It gives the exact count number of the user that led to failure, his mail ID, the system call that led to a failure along with the data that call was taking, and the course key, that is, this is the key from the application. The user was giving an assessment and this is the course key of that assessment, which is only created at a runtime. And the last one is timestamp. These are just the basic parameters which I required to debug my issue, and we can surely add more parameters to this. So, the benefits of this framework. This framework really helped me a lot. The benefits are plug and play framework. We can plug into each and every script we are using. I had done a number of projects and in my team, and even I had seen more projects. So we can plug it in any of the scripts and it will be live at the moment. Data opt-in at a runtime to debug the issue. We don't have to wait for the complete test to get over. We can do it at the runtime. We can map user profile data for different scenarios, and especially for the integrated applications. We can map exactly what happened to the user when he started browsing the application till the very end. And it saves time and effort needed to pass JTL files with GBs of data. Now, JTL files are JMeter files, JMeter log files. And when we run tests for thousands of users, we have files for like GBs of data. And we need special high-end machines to parse those files, and it takes a lot of time and effort again. But with the help of this framework, we can get these at the runtime, and the files are created only for MBs, and it's easily readable and presentable. It's fully customizable. We can customize the code, the parameters, the way we want, and it's native to JMeter. We don't need to plug in some extra entity or to get some extra tool to add to the server to get these logs. So, this framework, these benefits helped me in my project. It helped me finding out the invalid users. I was running a test for 2,000 users and only 5 users were invalid, which got invalid during the test. So it helped me find out what those invalid users were. Incorrect data flowing through a connected application. My application was fetching the test from some different application, and it was not a fault for the application I was testing, and neither the logs I got from my server. But with the help of this, I got the logs from that application, and I came to know that it's not the issue of our application, it's from the connected application. User attempting to take an assessment that has already been taken. Again, this is a runtime issue that happened only under the load. The assessment was already taken, which is again provided to some other user. So I was able to find out that during the duration of the test. So with this, I conclude. So this is how I represented when I came in. This is how we feel when one with questions. After using all this framework and logs, this is how we feel like now. So with this, I conclude my presentation, and I'm welcome to questions.